here. Hello, everybody. It's Shannon here, and it is August 29th. I can't believe it's the last hearing here, the end of the month. And I am going to go ahead and start us off with a motivation video, as we always do. Let me go ahead and share my screen, and then we'll be.
I decided that as a professional bodybuilder, I didn't want to compete because at the time, and I didn't want to compete next to those guys that weigh 260 pounds and I weigh 200 pounds. So I said that I'm gonna be my best, meaning my best that I'm gonna be the #1 fitness model in the world. Doing a magazine cover is such a huge accomplishment because back then the internet wasn't exist. But I remember not having a dime on my ass and going to my doctor and I couldn't pay the doctor, and the lady at the front said, "What do you mean you don't have money? You're in all those magazine covers. You have more money than anyone else that's coming here." I learned about how people put you in a box. And when people put you in a box, the first impression is what you see on the outside. They don't really care what's inside, is what's on the outside. I guess the way I look, the persona, or the thought that you're on these magazines, and that means that you make a lot of money. So here we go. But really what I learned is that the person that put yourself in a box, they put themselves first in a box. The persona of having big muscles, so you're a musclehead, and then it doesn't matter if you're a nice guy or not. Anywhere you walk, they stare at you like you're an alien. I'm not the guy that needs the attention, but in life, if you're trying to find yourself, it's not going to happen. You have to create yourself, and to create myself, the person that I wanted to become, I knew that I wanted to inspire people, but inspire people with big arms. There's always going to be someone that has bigger arms. There's always someone better, someone richer, someone that is better looking, someone that has better body. What I realize is that what's going to separate me is that the muscle head and the education and open heart and being honest and real and live a life of gratitude because I'm here. And as long as I'm here, there's a purpose and a reason. I decided 10 years ago that I've reached my goal as far as being the top fitness model in the world. I've done more muscle fitness magazine covers than anyone else. That says a whole lot, from not speaking English, from eating cans of tuna and beans, to a point that you became the #1 fitness model. And why is that? Because still in my head, nothing was good enough. It was not good enough. I had to go to the next step to be better. The Beachbody, the first word is decide. Once you make a decision, it's a decision. It happens in a split of a second. And I knew that decision to get the education that I wanted, it was not because it was for someone else. It was because it needed to be a tool for me to serve people, not because what I look like, because what I have to give them. I registered to become a clinical nutritionist. It took 7 years for me to work 15 hours a day, school at night, supporting and helping my mom, sending money, until I got to the place that I wanted to be, to open a clinic and start working as a health practitioner. I would say doctor, clinical nutritionist. There's one thing that I want to say, that at Beachbody himself, when I struggle terribly, and the CEO of Beachbody, Mr. Carl Deichler, saw it, and he came to me and he kicked everybody from the room and he said, "Sagi, be who you are, because that's why I hired you, and that's what I want. I want you. Don't try to be someone else. Just be you." And I remember tears coming down, and he smiled and gave me a hug, and he said, "Just be you. That's all I need." That's what being a beast. It's being real. It's being honest. and being proud of you, who you truly are. Life's tough, and life happening for you, not to you. And every time you fall down, you fall forward, and you're gonna stand up. And it will happen many times, but as long as you know, don't be afraid to speak from the heart, because that's what it's all about.
So, Dr. Sagi says, so here we go, okay? You know, the whole point of this, and I think so many of us are going through, you know, this has been a tough year, and I think you know, Team Perseverance had a really good point this year that this was a year that needed to be focusing on personal growth. And I really believe that this is where our team is struggling, is personal growth, because all of you have so much what it takes to be these amazing coaches. And what you keep forgetting is that you need to be you. And that's what this team is about. I mean, sure, you could, you know, sell umpteen challenge packs, but if you're not doing it because you're you and because people are coming to you genuinely and you're just, you know, putting an ad out there and great, you know, you're selling things, then that's not you, okay? That's not what's going to create a sustainable, you know, team, a sustainable business. And we know that this team is so strong and so pulled together based on all of our relationships. I mean, we're like all over the map. And I am just so proud of each and every one of you. But we must. I love his analogy of we must step out of the box. Sure, we step out of the box every single day to be creative. That's an analogy that we use as Americans, to be creative. But the box, I think in his analogy, is your head, your mind. Get yourself out of your own head and believe in you. It doesn't matter what you look like. It doesn't matter. It does matter how you feel. Because if you don't believe your story and if you don't believe where you're going to be true, then it ain't gonna happen. So, you know, the box to Sagi is our heads, and we need to get out of our own heads and stop being a musclehead. I love that. I love that he said that, because the beast is really sweet. You know, he comes across as like this really tough guy, but he's really genuine and he's really sweet. So I saw that video this week, and amazingly, it resonated with me in a way that I've had probably one of my most difficult weeks of my entire life, personally, not in my family life, not in my job. I'm not going to blame anybody else. I'm going to talk about Shannon's own personal struggle. And I'm so fortunate that I will kick myself in the ass. Like, I will. I'll just be like, get over this. But sometimes I let loose in the wrong places. And I did that this week. And yeah, it didn't go over very well, but let's say this, I still have my job, okay? And what I have come to realize is that I have grown so much as a person, and this isn't judgment on people, okay? I have just realized that I know exactly where I want to be. I know exactly the people I want to be surrounded by. And it pains me to watch people struggle in doing something that they are really good at. My colleagues are actually amazing. And for me to watch them struggle, I just want to like kick them in the head. But it's the culture. And I realize I need to get out because it's not where I want to be. Am I good at what I do? Yes. Am I confident at what I do? Yes. Do I love my colleagues? I really do. They greet me at the airport. They pick me up. We have dinner together. They're like my family on the road. They will be my friends forever. But the values that we hold and the morals that we have when it comes to work and where we want to be in life aren't the same, because they're willing to sell their souls to make someone else proud. I want to make myself proud. And I did a video this week on my social media about, making someone else proud. And I think, as a child growing up, my parents said that to me a lot. Make us proud, make us proud. And I think that's always been stuck with me. And it's probably, been a little too daunting on my mind my entire life. But it's also made me who I am. And I don't want to put that type of pressure on my kids. My kids have already made me proud. But they're adults now, and they're off. And so now they need to make themselves proud, right? They need to be proud of their accomplishments and what they stand for and what they're going to do in life and what value they're going to bring to people's lives for the sake of themselves, not for the sake of others. So there's been a lot on my mind this week, and I'm totally impressed with myself right now that I'm not bawling, but I've done enough of that. I think I'm just really dehydrated. So, lots of personal development, guys. If you are not following that vital behavior, I'm going to give you this swift kick in the ass to work on you. Okay? You're already working on your bodies. Okay? Get over it. You don't need to have six-pack abs to inspire people to live their best. Okay? But what you do have to have is a healthy mind. You don't even have to eat perfectly. Do you all know what I had for dinner last night? You really don't want to know. You want to know? Okay. I opened up. Mind you, I did not buy these. I am being totally candid here, and I have never, ever, ever done this. Ever. Okay? I opened up my freezer to see if I had any, turkey burgers or something in there, and I found a bag of tater tots. I ate the whole bag in one sitting. And then I went for a run, and I felt awful because I had this huge lump in my stomach, and it was ridiculous. I have never ever done that before. Why I did it, I don't know. I really had a depressing day yesterday. I didn't cry, but I was wallowing in my own self-pity because for some of you who are new on here, I apologize. I'm really not like a crazy manic depressant, but I just sent my youngest daughter off to college, and it was really hard. And so, yeah, I felt just crappy, and that's what I did. And did I feel good about it? I felt indifferent. I didn't feel good. I didn't feel bad. I physically had a lump in my stomach, and I ran with it, and I ran. And the whole point is, it's okay. It's okay. Be kind to yourself. Let yourself know it's okay to fall down and get back up. There's this ancient Chinese proverb that Stacy and I discuss often. It says, fall down 7, get up 8. And Stacy will argue with me, well, if you fall down 7, do you really need to get up that 8th time because you've already gotten up that 7th time? Whatever. Bottom line is, you just pick up your pieces, you pick up your shit, and you move on. Okay? You move on. And so today, I snapped out of it. Okay? I woke up early, started my day with a friendly face. Amanda, thank you for saying that you could only meet at 6 a.m. because that was the only reason why I got up. And, you know, again, just go with what you believe in, okay? And merely inspire people from your heart. And the challenge packs will come natural, okay? Okay? It's not what defines you, but it's a non-negotiable, right? Success Club is a non-negotiable if you want to move forward. So, we're going to talk about recognition here for a moment. First of all, I want to give a huge shout out, and I want to let everybody do their shout outs before I run down this crazy large list. First of all, huge shout out to all of you guys who are starting the Diamond to Dollars training, because listen, you are being trained by some of the top coaches. And not all of them are top coaches, but they are coaches who have had quick success. But they're also going to talk to you about what happens when you have quick success. Okay, just because you have quick success doesn't mean it's easy and honky-dory from there. Just as quick as you can have success, you can have failure. Okay, so I think you're really going to learn a lot in this training. And what I'm going to tell you is that some of the coaches you're not going to jive with, and some of them you are. And that's okay, because you can learn something from everyone, okay? So take what you need. Don't listen to the feeling of whether you really like this person or not. Take it for what it is and go with it, okay? Because this is about you. And once you turn Diamond Coach, that's when the real party begins. Okay, you are officially a business owner, okay? And you have a choice once you become a Diamond Coach. It's great, everybody gets excited, yay, I'm Diamond, blah, 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 blah. But once you become a Diamond Coach, you have a choice. Am I gonna continue with this? And am I really going to now be an entrepreneur? Or am I gonna continue this as a hobby? Because again, just as quick as you can earn Diamond, you can lose it, okay? You have to have a plan. So take everything for what it's worth, stay focused, and don't get behind, because some of these videos, I watched today's first video and it was 35 minutes long. It's a long time, okay? And coaches, please tag the little recognition thing that I put in the team page about if anybody's, you know, in it. I went ahead and tagged the people that Stacy and I personally sponsor, so please do that. So we kind of know who's in it, and we can kind of look for their comments. Stacy and I are going to do our best to follow along with you, but there are so many people in this group. I don't know if you guys heard it, but the pot has reached over $15,000. So that's a lot of money. And Stacy participated in a training just like this when he turned Diamond. And he did turn Diamond in the group, and he did get a portion of it. And I honestly don't remember how much it was, but I want to say it was a couple $100. You know, I think it's going to definitely be more than what the health bet is, because I think more people are participating in the health bet. So if anybody has any shout outs, I'm going to open the floor right now. Go ahead and just unmute yourself. This is your moment before we go ahead and do the rundown of recognition and announcements.
I do.
Hey, Lindsay.
Hi. Okay, so I have like 2. Is that okay?
No, you're only one.
Okay. Well, I'm not picking one. I'm doing 2. Okay, so first, I know I can go all night tonight because I'm pumped. I think my Energize has like stuck with me all day long. So first, the Diamond to Dollars, Allie, Jenna, who is not on tonight. She couldn't be here this evening. Laura. Oh, sorry. Hold on. I shouldn't say that. That should be Allie. I apologize. for me personally, it is Allie Cross and Jenna Mastrouni. I'm sure I'm butchering her last name, but I'm super excited for you guys, and I'm super, super, super proud that you're doing it. And I too am going to be following along and kind of doing it with you. And then also my number 2 is that David, who is on tonight, look at him. He signed his very first coach this evening, and he has been a coach for 2 weeks? So he signed up his beautiful fiance, Anna. And yeah, so it's super, super exciting. And he's rocking out Body Beast, and he's posting on social media, and he's trying not to smile, but I'm really happy for you.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Welcome, David. We're so excited to have more guys on this team. You know, I love it. Right, Brian? And, you know, many of you know that Stacy is across the world right now. He's at work. But my husband is my coach, David. And, you know, couples, man, let's do this. Right? Well, welcome to the team. Awesome. Anybody else?
I have one.
Yay.
I have 2.
Awesome.
You 2.
Awesome.
So as Lindsay mentioned, Laura Fagan is doing the Diamonds to Dollars as well. And I'm so proud. It's crazy because we kind of started this whole thing sort of at the same time, kind of like she joined right up after me. And so, you know, we've been kind of sort of holding one another's hands, but I really don't have to hold her hand, but sometimes I do, and sometimes she holds mine. But like, what I just love is that I've got one of my close buddies doing this right alongside me. And then I've got my coach who has become one of my closest friends I will ever have. So I just feel very surrounded with good friends, which is huge for me to succeed and to keep going. So that's my double shout out is to Laura and to Lindsay K for just, you know, weathering the storms and the triumphs all together.
I love it. I love it. I love it. You're right. You know, again, this team is so incredibly, we are really close. I'm sorry. I don't think there's any greater team than ours. It doesn't matter how fast we're growing or how slow we're growing. The bonds that we have on this team are incredible. And that in itself is successful. And that is what's going to make this team thrive. Again, it goes along with, you know, why we named this team Team Legacy, right? And why we even chose the emblem, you know, the symbol that we have. You know, it's not about the little leaves on the tree that fall, right? Yeah, there's lots of branches and there's lots of people that are there, and not all of us are going to stick around. But what it really is about are those roots, right? And how sturdy. Oh, Brian, you're awesome. He's wearing it. You know, there's going to be many, many, many of those leaves, right? And it's going to look like such a full tree, but it's those roots, right? It's those roots and how strong they are and how deep they are that's really, really, really going to hold this team together. And yeah, you guys are just awesome. So, Laura, you raised your hand. Do you have a?
I did.
Yay! You got a shout out.
Because if we're talking about, I don't know if you can hear me. I'm outside.
Yeah.
If we're talking about the Dollars to Diamonds thing, it needs to be mentioned that Missy McLean going for it too, and she is awesome. And I feel exactly the same way. Everything Allie said, I feel the same way about Missy and Allie and Lindsay. And I'm really excited that we're going to be doing this together. She's a little powerhouse. So I'm really excited to see what she's doing.
She is. And, you know, she's kind of like one of those little silent people because I've seen her on these calls.
Just wait till she pulls it out. Once she pulls that trigger, she's going to freak.
I know.
And her daughter literally has so many contacts. The minute her daughter posts something, it's going to go crazy.
How old is her daughter?
22.
Yeah, it's, you know, it's so funny. My daughter, like every once in a while in a blue moon, she'll go ahead and post something. and boom, people are calling.
Yeah.
They're like, Mrs. Larice, we saw Sydney's post. She looks so great. Can we do that with you? And I'm like, they're all in college, and I'm like, ooh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but she's going to do great. Her and her husband are stepping up, and they're working hard. So.
Well, I just think it's amazing. I'm so excited for all of you. Y'all are going to do it. Okay.
Can I say one more thing?
Yes, absolutely.
I'm so sorry. Okay, yes. So my husband, out of the blue, who has been a coach, well, since the day since I decided to go for it. So signed him up as a coach, that silent little partner that we all do. And I started in March of 2015. And 2 weeks ago, he said, so what program do you think I would like? And I was like, what are you talking about? And he's like, I think I want to start working out. And I was like, what? I was like, you're talking about like what I'm doing? And he's like, yeah. So I talked to him a little bit and he goes, so I think I want to drink my shakes morning for breakfast. And I was like, okay, who the fuck are you? First of all. And then he said, and I don't want to work in the kitchen anymore. And I said, so are you asking me to help you start coaching? He's like, I think so. I was like, okay. Yeah. I said, first things first, you have to join my challenge group. I said, you have to do a challenge group. You need to drink shakes every day. You need to do workouts every day. And then you need to go through my training and then we'll talk.
Excellent. You want to know, I'm so proud that you did that because no one gets special treatment, right? Mm-mm. No, he has to go through the process just like everybody else because that's what's going to define him as a coach.
Yeah, I told him, I was like, don't talk to a single person until you do a challenge group. So,
wait, I'm so mad because I am running my own group finally again in September, and he's going to be in your September group, isn't he?
He's not going to be in my September group. He needs to pick a program. He's very indecisive.
Okay, good.
He might be in my September 15th group or 19th group because that's my birthday, and I'm going to tell him he has to.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm done. Thank you.
That's awesome, Lindsay. Congratulations. Hey, listen, just to put it out there as well, remember, Stacy does have this guys group going on, and it's really doing well, and it's thriving. I mean, it's meant to be for guys who are inviting guys. So it's not like a general fitness group. It's guys who are actively, bringing on new challengers. So just to throw that out there because it is smaller, but they talk about guy shit, and I don't know. I'm sure they probably posting babes or something.
No, we're not. There's no babes being posted.
Are you in the group, David?
Yeah.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah. We are doing a fantasy football if he's into that stuff.
Yeah, it's so funny because Stacy is like, I want this group to be about fitness and I want people to be focused on doing that every day. But I want there to be other things because there's more to us guys than just fitness. So,
yeah, right now the challenge tracker is where we're keeping track of all the shakes and the workouts and like that. And then the Facebook group page is basically just there's workout stuff going on there and motivational stuff, and then the rest of it is just guy bullshit.
Awesome. It's working.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks for that feedback. I'm so glad. Stacy will really appreciate that when he watches this replay. Awesome. I love hearing it. Love it. Well, the women's group is going really well too. And in my absence this week, even though I was posting every day and doing my workouts, I felt like I was really kind of faking it. Even though I was working on myself and posting, I really didn't engage all this week. So I did a little video in it, and I'm back to be engaged. But I have to give a shout out to Kara for, really, girl, you just like really, and Betty too has kind of like stepped it up and really helped me run that group. So ladies, thank you so very much. Again, this is what we are, right? Sometimes we got a tag team. You know, in these groups, life happens. So the group is going so great. We're going to keep that group open through the health vet, because I think the women in it are really, really, really enjoying it. So if you're in that group, or if you have anybody in that group, I've already made that announcement that we are going to carry them through the group. And I've introduced through the month of September, and I've introduced the fact that about the health vet. So if you have challengers in that group and they are not yet signed up for the health vet, get them signed up for it. And if they need a group, I have a group. If you guys are doing your own group, whatever, I just kind of want to know if everybody's good. So I'm not because I'm keeping tabs, but so that I know. You know, so I feel like I'm not missing anybody. So, okay. Usually we start the call with recognition, but we're halfway through it because I've been jabbermouth. But I really appreciate all of your input. I'm going to lower your hand, Laura, unless you have another comment. Okay. All right. So all the coaches that are changing lives, and I'm going to call some of you out, okay, including myself. But first I'm going to congratulate all of you. So myself, Betty, Chrissy Walker, Cindy Corwin, Regina Lucero, Mary Bennett, Lindsay Kaufman, Molly Breslin, Deborah Murphy, Jenna Mastruni, Danielle Midget, Penny Crow, Sarah Sherman Clark, Sydney Larice, Fred Keller, JP David, Heather Martin Potter, Rebecca Patino, Artemis Jackson, and Elise Weinstock have all inspired at least one life this month, okay? That list is huge. Okay. Myself, Cindy Corwin, and Heather Martin Potter need to step it up within the next couple days, because you're only one life away from hitting Success Club. Everybody else is only 2. Okay? You can do this, guys. Okay? It's a non-negotiable. Just do it, right? 3 lives a month. If you're an achiever, 5 lives a month, okay? That's not an overachiever. I'll tell you who our overachiever is in just a moment, but I'm just letting you know, guys, just be consistent. Don't wait for people to come to you. Go find them. Step out of the box. Are you saying hi to people in public? Guess what? That's a connect, right? Do you know who those people are? Like maybe you walk past someone that you just like wave to. Guess what? That's a connect. Okay? So now you have an invitation because you saw someone in public to reach out to them on Facebook and be like, hey, it was so great seeing you today. Okay? Start those conversations. That happened to me while I was running yesterday, and it's so crazy. This girl used to be on my daughter's lacrosse team. She's like 2 or 3 years older than my daughter. And she just had a baby 5 weeks ago. And I'm running, and I see her run by, and she's like, hey, and I'm like, hey, and that was it. She sends me this text, and she's like, thank you so much for waving and saying hi to me. It gave me that motivation to run the rest of my run harder than I've ran since I've had the baby. That's, now we're connected, right? So just do it, guys. Step out of the box. Make sure you're touching people's lives, and all you got to do is say hi, okay? Now, for all of our Success Clubbers who do it like, in their first week, which is always in my plan, and if I were to show you the list of people who were committed, okay, guys? I'll show you if I could find that page. But I'm in this with you. I am in this with you. This is no joke, okay? You see this whole page? This page is full of people who said, there's at least 20 people here who said, I'm in. Yeah, not one of them. The 2 people who I have inspired are already in my challenge group because they signed up like late for the last challenge, for this challenge group. So don't stop, okay? Don't stop. I just had a conversation with someone like 5 minutes before this meeting, spontaneously. So just don't stop, okay? Remember, it's not about the points, but you are inspiring lives and you do have goals to achieve, and you should not be ashamed for those. Okay, so big shout outs for our current Success Club earners, and the month isn't over, so I'm not going to say for the month, but we have the Armstrongs, Jessica and Gregory Armstrong at Success Club 5. We also have Stacy Ortenberg and Amanda Fertel with 6 Success Club points at Success Club 5. We have Allie Cross, by the way. Girl, I expect that to be 10 by in 2 days, okay? Have you ever hit Success Club 10 before? One time. Okay, well, if you did it once, you can do it again. So you're only 1 life away, and you've got 3 days to do it. So let's get to work. So kudos to you, but you're not done. I said Amanda Fertel. And then we have, oh my gosh, our overachiever. Let me just tell you, you know, some people, you know, you tell them that there's a contest and they just go, right? This woman has been non-frickin' stop, okay? And I'll tell you, sometimes she's crying about it too. Not only crying, oh, blah, 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 way, in a what the heck is wrong with people kind of way, right? She is not giving up on people, and that is Kara Phillip with 14 Success Club points, okay? She didn't stop at 10. Listen, we set a goal on our team of 8 challengers for this month, and that girl, man, she is 1 life away. So Kara, you're 1 life away from hitting that goal that I set for you, that I am going to try and get in a couple of days. However, the reality is that you did it. You did it. You're muted. No, I can't hear you. You're not plugged in. You did another. She did it. She did it. She did it. 16 Success Club points. I don't know. And I was just on the phone with her, and she was like, "What is wrong with people?" Hey, Jason. Yeah, she's like, "What's wrong with people? Why don't they get this?" And I'm like, you know what? Does anybody want to tell her? Like, tell her. Most people don't get it, right? Most people don't get it. Most people won't stick around. And as long as you get over the whole convincing factor, I think she's just so real with people. I love it. I love it. You're doing an amazing job. Keep adding people to your circle, girl, because you're gonna run out of people. If you're hitting that many Success Club points out of the get-go. So that's what we have in recognition for the month of August so far. But again, let's not be done there. There's so many of us who have a few more days left. So announcements. Health Bet starts on the 5th. Okay. People, are you running your own groups? How are you doing it? David, I know that you're already tracking in the men's group. That's great. Keep going with that. As long as someone is in a group, that's what's important, because I know that you all are being consistent and you deserve cash back, right? Why not? Even if it's $10. I don't mind getting a $10 check in the mail. So make sure that everybody is all set up for that. The Team Beachbody Cup, how are we doing? Anybody want to give an update on their teams? No? Okay, well, Kara has made our team about 2 points from qualifying from tier 1. However, she's the only one who's going to get any prizes at this point. So as long as my one challenger follows through tomorrow, we'll hit 30. for tier 1. So, guys, just don't give up. You know, we go through this every single month. Don't get down on yourself. Just do it, right? Don't get down on yourself if people don't follow through. Just do what you are meant to do. I already mentioned that the women's group is going to continue through the month. Country Heat is also going to continue through the month. Is everybody good with that? Yeah? You guys good with that? Because I know that you have challengers in there, and they should benefit from the health bet too. Tell me your thoughts on that.
I've spoken to my challengers in both of those groups, and they are going to be starting my September 5th group within the Challenge Tracker app, and they know that they will be in 1 week. They know that they'll be overlapping for a week.
Okay, that's great. Good feedback, because Kara's going to be adding 8 people to that women's group. Unless she has any men. I don't know. How about Country Heat? Anybody wanting to continue? Do you know Country Heat? No?
I have the same thing with people in that group, so.
Okay, so I will see what kind of happens with that. The plan is I'll keep it open and I'll see what happens. I'll see if anybody else is adding specific Country Heat people to it or whatever, and then I'll make the choice. But I do have a fallback to fitness group that will be opening, so good to know. I just know that there are people in the women's group who really, really, really like it, and they only want to be with women. So I would like to keep that one open, at least. I'm fine with closing Country Heat. I really think it's important that we have an option for a women's only group, a men's only group, and then if we each have co-ed groups, that's cool. Guys, this is a really amazing thing. I just learned this today. I stumbled upon it. It wasn't something I was looking for. Last summer when I ran a triathlon, I started participating in a couple of triathlon groups. You know, we're supposed to engage in different groups on Facebook and Instagram, and I started participating in these triathlon groups. And you know, the ultimate triathlon is called the Ironman. That is a crazy race. It's certainly not something on my bucket list. Who knows? You know, we can do anything, but it's not something I necessarily want to do. However, this is huge. Okay, Beachbody Performance Line has been named the official performance supplement for the Ironman competition. This is huge. This is huge for all marathoners. This is huge for all triathletes. This is huge for USA athletes, because they all look to Ironman as being the ultimate race. Okay? So if you have any network, any connection to any groups that involve any type of race, cyclists, swimmers, or bike or runners, I highly suggest you use that to your advantage, because not everybody is looking for weight loss, and not everybody is looking for nutrition, okay? They might feel like they already got the body that they want, right? They might want to push themselves to that next level. And they can just as well be very successful, active coaches on the Beachbody Performance Line Home Direct as well, okay? So I want you to remember and always think in the solution for your people that it's not, Shakeology is huge. Okay, it's something that I'm always going to take, because I don't like supplements like vitamins and stuff like that. I just don't like it. I'd rather have a shake, and it's good. Okay, and it's a fabulous source of nutrition. But there are people out there that we can still connect and resonate with using the performance line. And I use both, okay? So if you're not using the performance line, I highly suggest you try it. It does give you this amazing burst of energy, and it is certainly something I do not like doing some of my hard workouts without, because I like to have it. But I think that's huge, and I just stumbled upon that today, and I thought it was really important to share with everyone. And then the last thing I have to say is that, you know, we're in the second half of the year, and I'll never forget when Nikki Johnson and Nikki Goss came to our Super Sunday event, and how quickly Nikki Goss became what's called an elite coach. And there, if you don't know what an elite coach is, it's not the coach, okay? It's not the coach who is elite. It is the team. The team it's an elite team. And she was able to do this in like 5 or 6 months. So when I think about August, September, October, November, December, you know, it's like this time frame. And what I got to tell you guys is, you guys to me are an elite team, because you are doing everything that you need to be doing. You need to stop worrying about whether you're doing it right or enough. You just need to keep to the basics, and you just have to move forward. And I think I said this on a couple of calls ago, or maybe it was on our Power Hour, is that you must all teach your coaches duplication, okay? Challenge groups need to be kept simple, engaging, but simple, okay? There doesn't need to be any guesswork. Engaging, yes, because every once in a while we need to spice it up, but don't make it so complicated so that somebody thinks that what we do is really that hard. The hard part is that people say no. That's the hard part, okay? But this really isn't difficult. Continue to invite. Continue on your personal development. Keep doing your workouts, and keep applauding and recognizing your people. Keep it simple, okay? You do those things, and you do them consistently. And 4 things, you do them well, you are going to make this an elite team. And I'm not asking you to push for that this year. All I'm saying is that you, each and every one of you, are so capable of it, because it's not up to me and it's not up to Stacy when you reach that. It isn't. It's a reflection of the team. And, you know, I don't ask for what your status is. I don't ask how far away you are from reaching diamond. I don't ask if you're advancing, how many stars you're advancing, because you want to know something. That's not what's important to me. What's important to me is that you are happy with yourselves. And when I hear that you're struggling, it pains me. So I'm going to tell you to get out of the box, like Sagi says, okay? Get out of the box and focus on your 4 vital behaviors. Keep it simple. When you think you're not going to hit Success Club, you know what you got to do? Go read a book. Go read a book. Don't go invite 10 people and get pushy and aggressive. Go read a book and get distracted. Come to your senses, and then invite. Or maybe you'll be pleasantly surprised and someone will confirm, okay? Just pay attention, keep your cool, because if your mind isn't right, this just becomes stressful, okay? And we're trying to live happy, fulfilling lives, not stressful lives. And it is stressful. I'm not trying to, like, you know, dumb it down either, because it is hard. It really is hard. The struggle is real. You know, I had a really, really, really bad week. And I cried on social media, and I'm not ashamed for it. You know? And it was so funny it wasn't funny, but all the like, oh, it's okay, you're a strong woman. And I'm like, shut up. Just let a woman cry publicly. Leave me alone. That's not what I was looking for. I just want people to know that it's okay to be vulnerable, okay? It's okay to admit your weaknesses, but as soon as you focus on those weaknesses, you're screwed, okay? You need to find the good. So, how many of you know your top 5 strengths? Have you read that damn book that I recommended in the beginning of the year? I didn't do it for my own health. I read the book for my own health, but I didn't recommend it to you for my own health. Do you know what you are good at? Strength Finders 2.0, read it. Okay? Focus on what you are good at. Leave the weaknesses behind. You will naturally grow at those, and they will get better. You'll never be, listen, if you're not a fast runner, you know, you'll get faster, but you'll never be the fastest. So why are you focusing on that? Why don't you focus on completion, right? Because that's achievable. Don't focus on being the fastest. Unless you're my husband. He likes to focus on like that. It's his mindset, okay? But that's okay, because that's who he is, okay? So I'm going to open it to you guys for any last comments, and we're just under an hour. I don't need to like lecture you anymore. I got to tell you, it pains me. It pains my soul when I see you struggle, because I know, I struggle too, but only you. It doesn't matter. I mean, we can hug each other till the cows come home, but at the end of the day, the only person who can actually pull you out from below is you. Okay? So everybody, snap your fingers. Yep. Come on. Let's snap out of it and go change some lives, because we are really good at that. You know, we are. Okay, any shout outs, any last words?
I just want to say I'm kind of mad at you, Shannon.
You are?
Yeah.
All right.
I was going to eat these goddamn cupcakes, and after your tater tot story, I don't fucking want them anymore.
Don't do it. Don't do it. You could, listen, you know, you could be mad at my daughter for that, because I think it's my oldest daughter who probably bought those tater tots. But you know what? I don't apologize, because I work out, and I work my ass off. So they weren't even that good. It wasn't worth it. I won't do it again. So I am a salty girl, though. It's my doctor's fault, because he told me that I have low blood pressure, so I should have a high salt diet. It's kind of his fault.
I have a shout out.
Yeah.
Mine's for you.
Oh, don't make me cry.
I'm not going to make you cry.
Yeah.
Maybe, but that's up to you. You know, I've got my 2 little girls, and so I watched your video today, and I'm just like reflecting 18 years down the road into my future. You are amazing, Shannon. Because I would not be sitting in front of a computer running a group right now, running a call right now, if I had just done that. Like, I just put Bryn in kindergarten, and I'm like, I can't fucking do anything. I just want to go to bed. So I'm just really proud of you, and the fact that you are, you know, leading us into battle still after having that weekend is just incredible. So thank you.
Thank you. You know, I really appreciate that. You know, if it really wasn't for all of you, I mean, I'd probably be still tucked in my bed. Like, the thing is that I have a sense of value here. And I think that was my big realization last week when I had this, like, I don't know what you want to call it, outburst at work. Because, you know, people want to feel valued. And I know that I bring value here, but everybody brings value here. And, you know, we give each other purpose. And so it's a reason for me to put my big girl pants on and snap out of it, right? So I thank you guys for being there for me, not just to say, oh, you know, I'm so sorry, it's going to be better, but to actually, you know, see that this is real. These are real relationships, you know. And I'm really sorry, David, that I disappointed you. But maybe one day you'll get to meet Coach Caleb. He tells us all to be unapologetically ourselves. So I'm going to go with that.
No, you're good. I'm just going to throw them away. I don't need them
Yeah,
anyway.
you should. Those you definitely should, because you know what? Sugar is toxic.
Yeah, I'll
send you a blog about how sugar is what causes like cancer. So, it's like the worst drug you can ever put in your body.
All right, I'll throw my cupcakes away and just stick to my beer.
Yeah, I'd rather you have a beer. That's a good one. I'd rather you have a beer than eat refined sugars. Good idea. Just one though.
Oh, come on. I'm a guy.
Okay.
You know what? Now I'm going to my strongman cave group, and I'm posting all of this, and I'm drinking the whole six-pack now. Thank you.
Hey, David and Brian, can I ask you guys a quick question before we head out? I'm actually talking right now to an old friend from college, and he is, I hope, about to buy the Body Beast Challenge Pack. But I just texted him about the all guys group, and I'm going to let him decide if he wants to be in my September group or if he needs to come on with you guys. Do I just send a message to Stacy and say he wants to join up? Like, how did you just jump into the group whenever you were ready, and it's an open enrollment thing in that regard?
No, Lindsay got me in contact with Stacy.
Okay. So I would connect him to Stacy.
Yeah, Stacy, or if you can't get hold of Stacy, then Craig.
Oh, that's right. Great. Okay, great. Super. Thank you.
Hey guys, too, because I guess this one kind of might pertain to you if you would like to read it. But I've been, I'm training for that half marathon, and I was always like a music girl, and I always listened to music. And recently, it just hasn't been doing it for me. I've been struggling through these runs like no other, which I think I pretty much post on social media all the time asking for help because it's brutal, and I'm hating every second of it. So someone recommended listening to audiobooks while I'm running, because I have to think, like I have to pay attention to something instead of just like losing it. And so I've been doing that, and it's been actually really, really amazing because I don't really have much time to read anymore. But I just finished GoPro, which if you guys, are looking as far as just, it's business building. That one's definitely more about business, but, and Eat That Frog. I've listened to both of those the past 2 weeks. And I know they're both ones that Shannon and Stacy have talked about, and actually started reading both of them. I never finished them, but I did finish listening to both of them. And they're really, really wonderful, not only for the business aspect, but motivationally too. It kind of hits you a little differently because, it's more like fundamentals, but it was just really, really, I don't know, it's put me in a different place the past couple days. So I highly recommend. The personal development thing has only hit me a year and a half later of why it's important. And now it's like I listen to it in the shower, I listen to it on my runs, but it's really making a big difference in my thinking, just in waking up every morning and just kind of going, okay, like this, it makes sense. So I just want to say, like, you're, especially David, you're going to hear it a lot, like personal development. And it's so, like, I don't know why it took me so long to get it, but like, I get it. And it's just like, even if you listen to 10 minutes or read 10 minutes, those few words that kind of get stuck in your head on like, just how to like live in the day-to-day things, it just makes everything a little bit easier. And I don't know, I'm rambling, which makes no sense, but it's all been making sense to me lately. So I highly recommend it. For the ladies, I just started Girl Code today.
Now, Girl Code, guys, this isn't necessarily a book for you, unless you want to read about female entrepreneurs. However, actually,
empowering women. Yeah.
Empowering women to be, it might really be a good book for you, because the majority of Beachbody coaches are women, and who you're going to probably be coaching. And David, since your fiance is kind of in this, it might be not a bad book for you to read either. And the same thing for you, Brian, with your wife. The point is that, oh my gosh, it's just so amazing. It's about women entrepreneurs and where and how they become that when they're not. And
you know, the one thing that really stuck out to me today, and I will promise I will shut up after this, but it kind of really
you're good.
It made a lot of sense to me. The mob wife woman that was being interviewed, she said, you know, every time we see another person's post, right, that like are just killing it, like they've accomplished something, and there's like that little twinge of jealousy, right, that we all feel. We're like, oh my gosh, like she just totally did that. Why didn't I think to do that, or whatever? There's that little like twinge of jealousy. And she said, turn that around and let that be inspiration. That person just inspired you by their success or whatever it was. And that really like hit me hard today, because how many times do I see posts and I'm like, how did they get there or whatever? And now I'm like, no freaking way. Like, that's amazing that person did that. And it kind of like fueled my fire a little bit.
Yes. I really, really, really feel that comparison is evil. Okay. You have to compare yourself to someone else's success and be like, well, why can't I get there? And, you know, I'm doing everything that she's doing. Why is she there and I'm not? Or he, or, you know, but you do have to turn it around and say, I can do that too. Yeah, Girl, I read that on a flight to Seattle, one way. I read the whole book. I couldn't put it down. It was amazing. First book, a very long time that I read like in one sitting. The last book that I read like that was the first book I read with Beachbody, and that was The Compound Effect. That book I could not put down, but also because I was fired up. And that should be the first book that everybody reads with this business, because it's just really good. I just think it's really good. It talks about habit forming. You know, you're working your butt. It's, you know, even working, it pertains to the whole, you know, journey of working out too. It's not just business building, it's everything. It's your relationships and all of your habits. So personal development is so very, 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 very important. The books, there's a couple of things that I did this week. I've been doing a tremendous amount of personal development because I've needed it. My head has just been in a really crazy place. I took the color test, and hopefully you all know your color, but it's so funny. Stacy and I are the same color, but we're very different colors. Like, we're very different in like the equation of things. And then I took the GEM test. And does everybody know what your GEM is? It's really cool.
I did, but I don't remember anymore.
Okay, so the GEM test. So what you're supposed to do is I'll post this in our coaches team page, so you guys can choose and read through what you think your GEM is, and then you can go look up. And there's actually this whole like official training that you can pay to go do and blah, 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 but I don't think it's necessary. I think if you can read through the GEMs, you're going to like start pinging what you think you are until you come to your GEM. Once you read your GEM, you're going to be like, oh, that's me. You know, and then And then I'm reading right now the 5 love languages, okay? Because I don't think the 5 love languages only pertains to spouses, you know, where it definitely does, but I think it's so important in this business to understand your relationships with people. You need to learn how they like to be recognized and what makes them click, and so I'm reading that book and Grit. Grit was a book that Stacy read, and I feel like I need to be on the same page as him, so I'm reading that book now as well. And guys, just dive into your personal development. When you do, you will see your mindset will change. It will no longer be about just selling a challenge pack. It's truly about inspiring lives. And you will be fired up to do that. And you will believe in your story. And if you don't know what your story is, I challenge you to start talking about it. You've got to share your mess with people. If you don't share your mess, you can't help them, right? Then you're just putting on a show. You got to share your mess, okay? Share your mess and how you're pulling through, and you know, share your achievements. But you know, Facebook and Instagram and Snapchat can be such like a place where people are like, look at me, right? But you can connect with people by being real. And if you're real, then they're gonna watch you. And when they watch you, they're gonna come to you because you're inspiring them, right? So have the Brian show, have the David show, have the Allie show. I have the Shannon show every once in a while, you know, and I make a joke about it too sometimes. And people just need to see you. When they hear you and they see you, it's just different than a post. Facebook Live is really, really, really powerful. And you need to do personal development. So if you're struggling to inspire that last life tonight, I do not expect you to start inviting them right now because they're probably getting ready to go to sleep. What I think you should do is just go read. So everybody should commit tonight to reading about 10 minutes, 15 minutes before they go to bed. And you should do that every night, at least. You know, you get up every morning, you work out, right? Or maybe you do it at lunchtime or or nighttime, I don't know. Whenever your time is when you do it, but commit to a certain time. And those of you who are in that training, make sure you schedule that, okay? Remember, you're in like school, okay? Make that a priority. Otherwise, you're gonna get overwhelmed, I can guarantee it.
Shannon, do you know what time the calls are on that?
I don't. I haven't.
Okay.
I haven't really explored the group. I only watched the first post today. So
I looked and I couldn't. We were talking about it and I couldn't find the time.
And
okay.
You know, I actually even thought about this because I think we have a fair number of people participating. Oh, I hear reverb.
Oh, I'll turn.
Sorry. I know, you know, do you guys want to have a focused call? Like just our people? I mean, I'm just throwing it out there. I know we often, you know, Team Cup is coming to an end, and I know we've been doing, you know, Team Cup Power Hour on Tuesday nights. Do we want to turn that time into a diamond, you know, a Diamond to Dollars call? I'm happy to, you know, mediate the call. It'll be your call for each of you to discuss whatever that week's topic is. What do you think about that? You guys think maybe you'd want to do something like that? Tuesdays at 8:30? Should I post about it and you guys can reply? And
I'm not saying that it shouldn't happen at that time. I, however, cannot make that time.
Okay.
Unless I'm driving, which is fine, but I can't be navigating my phone or a computer during that time,
So,
which I think might be important.
yeah, so this would not be a call for my benefit. This would be a call for your benefit. So
Right.
I would want you guys to pick the time. Is there another day that works better?
Any day but Tuesday for me.
Is Wednesday's better at 8:30?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. You want to start this week?
I, of course, cannot start this week.
You
I
want-
will not be able to do Wednesdays because I work, but I'm also not taking the training. But
Okay.
what about, I know this is another group, but what about a group page where we can post questions and talk and have a dialogue that way?
Well,
I think it might be a little tougher, but
I think that your question, I think it's a good idea, Lindsay, but I really think that those questions should be posted on that.
got it. Yep. You're right. Yes,
That
absolutely.
page is really, they're going to get really good advice, not just for, remember, Stacy and I always want you guys to have not just our take on things, we want you to really like feel what other coaches have to say so that you can find your own style. So I think if you have specific questions like that, I think it's important that you put them on that page and let other coaches reply to you. But I would like a forum where for the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of you, this is amazing. 8 diamonds by the end of the year. That's incredible. Where you guys get to talk it out, right? And not bullshit, but actually talk about, be accountable to each other. And this is how success partners form, and what better way than to do it cross line even on your own team. So
I think that's a good idea.
yeah.
It lets you connect with your coaches, like you and Stacy. I don't really talk too much about you, talk with you or anything, because it's just, I don't know, things happen.
Mm-hmm.
And I think if we're in an environment where everybody is together, we can interact, build friendships, build, camaraderie, talk. I mean, that's what it's all about too. You know what I mean?
And the thing is that it's going to be, we'll keep it to the task of the week, because I'm in the group too, so I know what you guys should be working on. So it's kind of like an extra accountability, So
Yeah.
by that Wednesday night at 8:30, I don't want to be like, all right, what's everybody doing? I expect you guys to be like, all right, I did this, because I'm not here to babysit you. I want you guys to just, this is your time, and I want to give you my time as, just to kind of be present. But this is you guys. It's not me. So, you guys are going to have to stay on task with this. Big deal. David, are you in this group? Why not? Everybody else is.
Way to make me feel bad. No, I'm just not ready for that yet. I just started. I want to focus on my program, make sure I'm doing everything right myself. If I make diamond by the end of the year, cool. If not, then I'm okay with that.
You've heard about success starters, right?
Yeah, I think Lindsay mentioned that a couple times.
You're not that far away from 2 more.
We're going to start in September.
That's awesome. Yeah, David, I'm not trying to make you feel bad. I'm playing with you. This is all about you. It should always come back to you and why you got started, because if your mind and your physical being isn't right, then you got to rewind a little bit. Okay, our priorities always we have to feel good about what we're doing, and you're going to learn that if you don't feel good about yourself, it's going to be more difficult. So you should always take care of yourself. Okay.
And I can be a testimony to that. I've been a coach since October of last year, and I just tried out all the programs and worried about me, because that's why I got in it, is, to be a better me and exercise and lose weight and get off blood pressure medicine and all that other stuff, which it all has worked for me. Now I'm starting to feel more comfortable in my own skin, so I'm ready to go on with the next part to share my journey with everybody else and inspire people.
And it's gonna just mean so much to you then,
Yeah, exactly.
It really is.
That's how I feel.
Good. I'm glad you feel that way, Brian. I'm so glad you and Lori are in my life. All of
I love you too.
Alrighty. Well, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for such a great call tonight. I wanted to keep it simple with announcements and just good chatter so that we can connect. Next Monday night's call is first Monday of the month. It's going to be on Team Perseverance. Remember, first Monday of the month, we connect with them. And then the following Monday, we'll be back here. Okay? Alrighty, guys. I hope you all have a great night. Love you.